The rain hammered against the shelter's broken roof when the billionaire stepped inside, soaked, silent, and carrying a pen that could change someone's destiny forever. But he froze the moment he heard a small, trembling voice behind him. "Sarah Broken Bar, please don't adopt me." He turned. A little girl in a worn-out wheelchair, no older than 8, stared up at him with eyes bright enough to challenge the storm outside. She swallowed, gathered courage she barely had, and whispered, "Please see Broken Bar, adopt my mom instead." And that a broken bar is where everything began. The kind of beginning that makes viewers hold their breath. A broken bar, the kind that reminds us that love doesn't always come from money but from the sacrifices we never see. If you're watching this, don't blink. You don't want to miss what happens next. Lena had lived in the wheelchair for 3 years. A car accident had taken her ability to walk, her father's life, and every bit of stability she and her mother once had. Her mother, Miriam, worked 3 exhausting jobs, cleaning offices at night, washing dishes in restaurants, and sewing clothes for neighbors to pay for Lena's physiotherapy. But it still wasn't enough. The shelter had become their temporary home after the landlord kicked them out for missing rent. Lena never complained. She only watched her mother silently wear herself out, night after night, praying she wouldn't collapse. Miriam always said the same thing before leaving for her night shift: "I'll give you everything I have, Marijana, even if it breaks me." And it almost did. The billionaire, Adrian Graves, hadn't planned to be there. He was supposed to finalize a major adoption partnership with the shelter. He built orphanages, funded schools, and donated millions, but he had no family of his own. He just wanted to help children who had no one left. But when Lena spoke those impossible words, "A broken bar, adopt a broken bar, my mom," he felt his chest tighten. Children usually begged to be taken in. No, only a broken bar. No one asked for their parent instead. Adrian knelt in front of her. "Why do you want me to adopt your mom, sweetheart?" Lena looked down at her trembling fingers gripping the wheel of her chair. "Because she deserves a life via a broken bar, not just survival. She deserves rest. She deserves to smile again. She stays hungry so I can eat. She pretends she's not tired so I don't worry. She's my hero. I don't want a new life without her. I want a better life for her." A tear slid down her cheek. "But if someone has to be adopted for us to survive via broken bar, please let it be her." Adrian felt his throat close. No business deal, a broken bar, no charity gala, a broken bar had ever shaken him like this. That night, the storm outside wasn't half as violent as the storm inside him. He watched Miriam come rushing in from her shift, wet, exhausted, clothes smelling of dish soap and sweat, yet her first instinct was to kneel beside her daughter, kiss her forehead, and whisper, "I'm here. I'm always here." Adrian saw what Lena meant: strength wrapped in gentleness, sacrifice disguised as smiles, love stitched together with wounds. He had seen many families, but none like this. The next morning, he returned not with a decision, but with a question. "Mariama Broken Bar, do you want a different life?" She stiffened. "I'm fine, sir. Just trying to get back on my feet." Her hands shook. She was not fine. Adrian didn't push. Instead, he spent the next week visiting Thema, bringing more meals, helping fix the shelter's broken heater, reading stories to Lena, and listening to the girl who dreamed of walking again, and to the mother who refused to dream at all because she didn't have time for it. And something changed inside him. They weren't people who needed charity. They needed a chance, a real one. But then tragedy struck. One evening, Miriam fainted at her third job, collapsed from exhaustion, dehydration, and untreated anemia. Lena was the one who found out first, and she screamed until the entire shelter heard. Adrian reached the hospital within minutes. He signed papers, paid bills, stood by Lena's side while she cried into his coat. And in that sterile hallway filled with beeping monitors and disinfectant smell, he made a decision. Not pity, not charity, but family. When Miriam woke up, she panicked. "I'm sorry, I need to go. I have work. I need to earn up." "You're not going anywhere. Adrian said gently. You're safe. Lena is safe. Let me help. She shook her head stubbornly. I don't want your money. Lena tugged her sleeve. Moment broken bar. He's not offering money. He's offering us a life. Adrian inhaled deeply. I don't want to adopt your daughter without you. I want to adopt you both a broken bar as a family. If you'll let me. Silence. Pure, stunned silence. Then tears. Tears from a woman who had forgotten what it felt like to be held by hope. The adoption process was not simple. Background checks, court meetings, paperwork. It took months, but every moment, Adrian stayed. He attended Lena's physiotherapy, helped her practice moving her legs a little more each day, and supported Miriam as she healed physically and emotionally. Slowly the broken pieces of their lives began to fit. Lena laughed again, Miriam breathed again, and Adrian, for the first time in years, felt something he thought he'd never have, home. The day the judge finally said, "Congratulations, you are now legally a family," Lena rolled her wheelchair toward Adrian, grabbed his hand with her tiny fingers, and whispered up. I didn't just get a dad tote a broken bar, I got a miracle. Adrian lifted her carefully, and she hugged him tighter than anyone ever had. Miriam wiped her tears, smiling the kind of smile she hadn't worn since before the world shattered.